And good morning. We're getting a little early start here on July 12th, 2019. Everyone is anticipating the arrival of what is intended or projected to be Hurricane Barry, who is, I cannot say barreling, inching really towards the Louisiana coast. And we will talk more about Barry in just a second. We're going to run through everything else, and then we're going to focus on Barry. Again, my name is McHugh David. I'm publisher and editor of the news. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And please apologize, or I apologize, our AC is still broken on this side of the building, but I wanted to give y'all this morning's show. The traffic today is pretty light. There's small delays on I-12 going westbound. Otherwise, everything is relatively open this morning. Weather today, it's currently 77 degrees. Rain is supposed to start this afternoon. And like I said, we will talk about Hurricane Barry in a second. Only benefit, I guess you can say, is that we're going to get a little cooler temperatures. Brenna Perez was tabbed as the Walker soccer coach for the girls. You can read about her, www.livingstonparishnews.com/sports. She has extensive background as a player. She's also already been a coach. Mike Lockhart had been the coach for several years. He is now stepping back. Southeastern placed 5 players on the preseason All-Southland Conference team. Pretty cool. They are looking to be pretty good this year. Justice Jeff Hughes addressed the Livingston Parish Republican women's meeting this past at the beginning of the month. Great speaker. He always has a lot to say. He is a Supreme Court justice in Louisiana, also a lawyer, and just full of great stories. He and my dad were actually friends and got into a lot of shenanigans. Wish I had been alive for that. Let's talk about Barry. We're not going to talk about the parish council this morning. They met last night. We will address all that. You'll be able to read the items that they discussed over the weekend. We'll roll those stories out, and we'll discuss more of that on Monday. Today, we are going to talk about Barry. Couple of notes. The Louisiana delegation in Washington, D.C. did ink a letter to urge President Donald Trump to declare the state of emergency for Louisiana following a declaration of such by Governor John Bel Edwards, Parish President Leighton Ricks, and Mayor of Walker, Jimmy Watson, and Mayor of Denham Springs, Gerard Landry. A few hours later, the president did declare a state of emergency, which is a good situation. It opens up the door for federal assistance from the Department of Homeland Security, as well as FEMA, for pre-disaster assistance, during disaster assistance, and of course after disaster recovery, as well as federal funds. So that was appreciated. The city of Denham Springs mobilized to help pick up any kind of debris they could find that was still left over from the June flash floods. Anybody that sees any trash, debris, anything like that, it is being asked that you try to pick it up. If you cannot, please contact the city or the parish, trying to get those ditches cleaned, those culverts cleaned, anything that might be blocked up, trying to make sure that that flow of water is maintained and goes well. A lot of the danger from this storm initially is going to be flash flooding. It's a lot of rain. It's slow moving. So please, please, please contact the city or the parish if you've got a blocked ditch, you see a blocked culvert, anything that could block the flow of water during the storm. Now, talking about Barry, very near to a hurricane, upgraded to about 50 miles per hour sustained winds overnight, still moving slow, about 3 to 4 miles an hour. It has pivoted. The path has moved a little west of Baton Rouge. Not so good for us. The east side of the storm is supposed to be what contains the most rain, anywhere from 15 to, in isolated incidences, 25 inches of rain. So please be on the lookout. We're going to run an update on our website regarding the latest from the National Weather Center here after this show is over. Please remember, if you need sandbags, there's a list on our website of locations throughout the parish where you can get sandbags. Already gone through almost 40,000 sandbags for this particular event. Just tons and tons of sand being moved. People are taking no chances, especially after the June flash floods. If you were nearly affected in those June flash floods, it is recommended that you find some sandbags. There, like I said, there's a list at www.livingstonparishnews.com/breaking_news. We have also attached that story to every update we bring out on Barry. Those updates are free as we're trying to get the word out about what's going on with the tropical storm. We will be checking in with you online. We are asking anyone as the storm begins, if you've got video, if you've got pictures, anything like that, please send them to us. If you've got pictures of a blocked drain or a blocked ditch or a blocked culvert, send those to us as well. If you can't get in touch with a public official, we'll try to help you out. We'll try to help you get that word to them by sending those pictures to them, posting them online. And we appreciate anyone's pictures and input as the storm approaches. Barry is moving slow, gathering a lot of steam in the literally in the Gulf of Mexico. It was moving at about 3 miles an hour, going north-northwest. It has pivoted and started heading towards Louisiana as of this morning at about 4 o'clock a.m. And it is slow, and it's going to drop a lot of rain. So please be careful over the next 36 to 48 hours as this storm moves through and drops rain. Please keep your family safe. Get that sand, put it around your weep holes, your doors, anything you can to keep the water from coming into your house, from flash flooding. Please remember as well, please, if you don't need to be on the roads, don't get on the roads. And that's more than just pushing wake. If you're driving along the street, don't get stuck. You put yourself in danger. There's just no reason to get on the roads unless you absolutely have to. So public officials are asking that people stay off roads, especially those that are perennial flooders, the ones that get 2.5 or more feet of water. Just stay off of them because you're going to push water into people's house. You could get stuck. It's just not a good situation. One last time, Barry is expected to become a hurricane because it's moving so slow. It's able to gather all that steam and water vapor and increase those sustained winds. They're expecting it to be a Category 1 hurricane when it makes landfall. Because of its slow movement, that landfall has been moved to the early hours of Saturday morning, sometime between midnight and 4 a.m. It's expected to have sustained winds of 70 miles an hour, and again, it's expected over a 36 to 48 hour period to drop roughly 15 to 25 inches of rain. All of Livingston Parish is under a flash flood watch warning. They figure it's going to happen. So we're going to keep an eye on it to see if there's any changes in its direction. Otherwise, prepare to get wet. Again, my name is McHugh David. I'm publisher and the editor of the news. We appreciate you joining us this morning. If you had come for the parish council information for last night, please just keep an eye on the website this weekend. I'll be rolling those stories out over the weekend, and we will talk about them on Monday. Also, next Wednesday morning, we will be interviewing and speaking with Parish Councilman Tracy Girlinghouse about all sorts of the Finance Committee, master plan, those sorts of things. He'll join us for the morning show for a small little interview, and then he and I will take a break and come back and do a full podcast where we'll jump into his pieces of the Parish Council puzzle. Again, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Please check us out. We're putting out all sorts of content. You can also see all of those things online, www.livingstonparishnews.com. We have a podcast, www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. Those are free. We'd appreciate you. Don't watch them while you're driving, but give them a listen. Anyway, be safe, Livingston Parish. We will be giving you updates as they roll out from the parish, from the National Weather Center, and from FEMA. As soon as we get them, we will push them to you. Please keep an eye on our website. If you don't have our app, please go download it. We're doing push notifications. Lots of good information coming out. Signing off.